Hello my dear students of class 12 science, welcome to environmental science class. We are dealing with the first chapter, human beings and nature. And in our previous classes we have learnt about socialistic ecology, okay, we have learnt about ecofeminism also, we have learnt about social ecology also. Now today we are going to begin with the new topic that is called green politics. Okay, this particular term was first coined by the German Greens. It was used by German Greens, we can say that. Okay, so it was first coined by German Greens, and it is mainly a political ideology that aims for the creation of an ecologically sustainable society. So it is mainly working in the field of environment, we can say. Okay, to create a sustainable society, which is mainly rooted in environmentalism, environmental factor, social liberalism, and grassroots democracy. Okay, so they are working for the field of environment ecology, they are working for the field of society, and to bring a change in the grassroots democracy. Okay, by following the principles of non-violence, where they can mainly come forward to change the society, where there must be active people participations, so that each and every one can bring a changes in the society by creating a social institutions where a society will free of indiscrimination in terms of caste, class, okay, or in terms of gender. So all those things, all those particular drawbacks in a society can be removed under this part of grassroots democracy. Okay, so green politics is mainly based on this particular principle. So it aims for the creation of an ecologically sustainable societies rooted in environmentalism, social liberalism, and grassroots democracy. Clear? Okay, so it began taking shape in the Western world in the 1970s. Since then, green parties developed and established themselves in many countries across the globe. Okay, so in the Western world in 1970s it started, but then now all over the world we can see its development and its establishments. Clear? Now, green politics in Germany and England. So the first political party to be created with basis in environmental issues, listen very carefully, okay, the first political party to be created with its basis in environmental issues was the United Tasmania Group, which was founded in Australia in 1972. So years later, Europe launched its first green party, which is called the UK's Ecological Party. The German Green Party was not one of the first, but they have attracted the attention of the media and they came into limelight or into highlight. So the German stood, this Green German or German Green, they stood for the election in 1980s, and in 1983 federal election, the Green won 27 seats from Bundestag. So therefore, the first European Green Party to come into power at state level was the Green League from Finland in the year 1995. Okay, so you will get the details in page number 11 from the textbook. Now, today we are just going to learn about the green politics in Germany, and in next class we will learn about the green politics in England. So let us begin with the green politics in Germany, also called German Green, right? So the German Greens was the next forming a government with the Social Democratic Party of Germany, and they were in power from the year 1998 to 2005. So between this time period from the year 1998 to 2005, they reached an agreement to end the dependence on nuclear power. So within this particular time period, they made an agreement to end the dependence on the nuclear power. And at that time, we can say in Latvia, Indeliš Emsis became the first prime minister of Latvia for 10 months. Okay, so all these things are there in page number 11. In the state of Baden-Württemberg, the Green Party is the leader of coalition with Social Democrat since state election in 2011. Okay, so the practice of describing green philosophy by 4 pillars began with the German Green Party in the year 1979-1980. So that means we have got the 4 pillars on which the green philosophy is based. Okay, so this German Green Party, they have got certain green philosophy which is based on the 4 pillars. So what are those 4 pillars of the green philosophy? okay, with the German Green parties. So those philosophies, so those four pillars we are going to discuss. So the first pillar is called the ecological wisdom, which has been drawn from different teachings and the environmental movements. Okay, so it was mainly based on teachings and the environmental movement, and it recognized the need to reduce the negative impact on the human civilization. Whatever the harmful impact are there on the human civilization, it has to be removed. Okay, not only on the natural environment, on the biosphere, but on the whole planet we have to change those particular negative impact on the human population. So this ecological wisdom says that whatever the negative impact is there on the human population, on the planet, on the biosphere, okay, that has to be removed. Okay, and there must be an alternate way, okay, to remove this particular impact on the human populations by creating such an environment where we can live in harmony, okay, with other life form on this earth. Because importance must be given to each and every life, whether it may be human life or the non-human life. We have to live together on this planet earth. So ecological wisdom says that we have to create such an harmonical environmental conditions, okay, where we can live harmoniously with the other non-human life also, where we can share our earth with them also, and each and every life form, the human life form and the non-human life form, should be given due importance and due value. The second pillar is called the social justice, okay, which will reflect the general rejection of discrimination based on distinction between classes, because we have in the previous class we have learned about different problems regarding to the economic classes, right? So it will reflect those discriminations regarding those problems faced by classes, okay, gender, ethnicity, sexual orientations or culture. So these green parties are almost universally egalitarian in their outlook, okay, seeing the great disparities in wealth or influence which are caused by the lack of social institution. They believe that whatever this problem the society is facing is mainly due to the lack of establishment of social institutions, okay. And they said that those social institutions lackness is one of the thing and is preventing to bring any type of changes in the societies, because we just learned that in our society we have got different types of problem based on caste, right, class, gender, ethnicity, sexual orientations or culture. So these problems which is being faced by the society is mainly due to the lack of social institutions. Then the third pillar is called our grassroots democracy, also called the participatory democracy, okay, which is embraced by the Greens. Is the only reliable government's model for achieving social change. So it's one of the model which the Germans or the Green Party used to believe that the active people participation has to be there in the green politics in order to bring changes in our society, okay, or bring change in our social conditions. Then the fourth one is the non-violence. The fourth pillar of the green philosophy is the non-violence, which reflect the green movement's policy of rejecting violence and moving towards the principles of like they will reject violence and they will follow the principles of non-violence, okay, to overcome its opponents. So these are the four pillars on which the green philosophy has been based on German green parties. Clear? So today we have finished about the German green parties. So in the next class we'll begin with the green parties in England, okay. So today we have learned about the green party, okay, we have learned about a brief history of those green parties. Then we have learned about the green parties in Germany and in England. So this much for today's class. We will begin with the same topic with green parties in England in the next class. Okay, thank you and see you next class.